This is your chance to get an internship with Salesforce and earn a stipend of 1.5 lakh rupees per month for 2 months. That's 3 lakh rupees. And also participate in a cool hackathon, which is happening offline in June in Hyderabad Salesforce office. So Future Force AI Challenge is currently live. And if you are someone who is interested in doing an internship with Salesforce or attending a cool hackathon live, then this is your chance. Today, we'll be talking about everything, what is eligibility criteria, how to apply, what are some insider tricks. And for that, we have with us Parth Jain, who is currently a pre-final student in Thapar and who has bagged an internship at Salesforce via this Future Force AI Challenge last year. And he was amongst the top 15 teams to reach the hackathon. So he will be telling us everything. So hello, Parth, welcome to the channel.
Hi, Amisha. Thanks for having me here, and thanks for again for giving my brief introduction. I hope the insights which we exchange here would be a really great help for the future batch. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So thank you so much for hopping on a call. Like I just contacted him 1 hour ago, and here we are. So that's great. So I want to first let's get started in the video. First question would be like, why should someone apply in the first place? What is this challenge about?
So in the Future Force AI challenge, the everything which we part where we went to Hyderabad and everything that was all taken care by the company, and the flights, the hotel stay, that too was a five-star hotel stay, by the way, and everything from food to talking with the great leadership present there. We were able to interact with vice president people, and also like the opportunity we had to meet with our seniors there. It was all like a once of a kind of an experience I had never had in my entire life beforehand. So it's a must go for everyone. If you have the opportunity, you should go and at least apply for the same. And if you get selected, then there's a lot of learning involved in that. You will be, you know, going for the hackathon, for the in-person hackathon. You'll be given a team. You'll be working with the team continuously for like 15, 20 hours, and you get to experience a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, so just like even if you don't get selected or even if you set aside the internship and everything, just the whole process of learning would be very useful to anyone who's in college. So do apply, don't forget to apply, and applications are currently open.
Yeah.
So let's then move to the eligibility part. Who is eligible, which year, which branches?
So generally, currently the Future Force AI Challenge has been open for the 2028 batch as well. And the branches which are eligible are generally the CSIT or the related fields. And you must have a minimum CGPA of 7 and above in order to be eligible to participate in the process. And yeah, that's pretty much the eligibility criteria.
And if you get selected, you will be given an internship in the next summer. That's
Yeah,
2027, if
exactly.
it's 2026. So which is a great thing. Now moving forward, can you give a process, like an overview of the process, like what are the different rounds and yeah.
So the majorly it comprises of three rounds. The first one is the online assessment round, which comprises of three DSA questions. That is going to be like lead code medium to hard difficulty. For mine part, it majorly comprises of graphs question. And after clearing that, you proceed to the technical interview round, which is basically an online interview where you will be assessed upon your technical skills. And also, when I talked about my experience, I was basically asked about my resume, my projects, and also I was asked about like my brief introduction as well. And then they also tested me on two DSA questions. For me, it was based on those two questions were based on arrays. One was on DP, and the other was just simple arrays. And then after that, they asked me on CS fundamentals, which included like OS, OOPS, DBMS, and it lasted around 45 to 50 minutes. And once you clear that, you are entitled to select for the in-person hackathon, which is going to be in Hyderabad, and which basically happens in like around June timeline. And if you get selected for that, you will be going to Hyderabad. All the stay, travel, and everything, accommodation will be taken care by the company. and you will be going there and doing participating in the hackathon. You'll also be given a team randomly, and it's not you have to make the team yourself. So they also test you on basically in a way that how are you good in a team.
Mm.
So these are all the scenarios, and on the final day, you will be tasked with the challenge to give a final interview, which happened to be in my case was an HR interview. And after all these stages, if you clear everything and you are good to go, you'll be getting results in a timeline of 1 month. And if you are good to go and the company feels you are great enough to be hired, they'll simply send you the congratulations email and you'll make a part of it. Yeah, so it was a very great opportunity I had.
Okay. Can you tell me, like, you mentioned that you did not create a team beforehand, which is, I think, great because a lot of people are not able to participate in hackathons because they don't have a team. So, can you tell, like, how many people were selected for the hackathon round finally? Like, how many people participate in the hackathon?
So for the participation, there were total of 15 teams in our hackathon. Each team consisted of 4 members. So there were total of 60 students which are selected from all over the India from prestigious universities, including IITs, triple IITs, NSUT. There were some private colleges also, including Thapar, etc. And there were like total 60 persons competing in a like real life competition, and you need to present it once you have made and submitted the solution. And also you were given a mentor as well during the whole time to assist you if you face any difficulties. And once you have done with the project, the deadline which they gave you, you are need to each team needs to present their ideas to the panelists, which are generally comprising of all the top leaderships of Salesforce. And if they like your idea, and there were winning teams which they announced. If you happen to be part of the first team winning team, so in our batch, every person who was part of the first winning team got a complimentary MacBook Air M41, and the second runner-up team which came got iPad. So
Okay.
if you happen to be a winner, you also get goodies along that way. So that was the scenario. Yeah.
So basically, the hackathon is more like just a learning experience. So even if you are in like the
Yeah.
top 15, you usually get a chance for the final interview.
Yeah.
So you don't really need to be the winners. But if you be the winners, you get additional prizes. So I think it's a win-win situation. You have
Yeah.
literally nothing to lose. You just have to give one online assessment and interviews. And if you're selected, then you get to participate in the hackathon. And even if you fail, you still get a
Yeah.
chance to interview. So I think this is like one of the best opportunities that I've heard in recent times. And also, surprisingly, very less people know. So it's great if you're watching this video because you can apply right now. And I think, yeah. So I think, can you also tell, like, the online assessment and the interview? How did you prepare? Because I think these are the most important
Yeah.
rounds. And how many people registered, if you have some idea, and how many actually got selected? Like 60 got selected, but how many participated and so on?
So for the preparation part, honestly, I was just merely focusing on DSA only, because the OA test you basically on DSA only. So if you are able to solve all the questions of the OA, then only you'll get proceed to the technical interview round. So the tip from my side would be that you should solely focus on the DSA, considering the time you are left with. And after that, once you have been done with OA and you are selected from that for the technical interview, I'll say you must focus on your resume. Get to know in and out of your resume. If you have mentioned something, just know everything of that. They can ask you anything. And if you tend to falsify your resume by adding some projects which you haven't made, or any false claims, and if they tend to ask you questions on that and then you get stuck, it can leave a very bad impression. So these are kind of some tips which I have given from my side. And for the registration count, I don't have the data with me, but what they mentioned was, at least like for the OA part, there were like the registrations in the count of 10,000s. So that I know, but still somehow people manage to progress through each round, and If you happen to be on the other side, then you will be the top 60 participants from the entire country.
Okay. And any topics to probably focus on, like if you saw that some topics were asked more.
Since the difficulty is increasing day by day with that the companies are also aware that people use cheating tools, so the more focus should be on solving the medium to hard difficulty level problems, majorly focusing on graphs, because I remember from my time that all the at least I guess two questions out of three were on graphs only. So if you have command on those topics, you will be able to excel them.
Your final round was just an HR round. Can you just share the questions that were asked in that?
So the final interview round, for my case, happened to be HR, but for some people it happened to be a mixture of technical as well as HR, and for some it happened to be a pure technical as well. So for the HR part, I was majorly asked regarding the company, if you know more about the company, who are their clients, and I was also asked about the what we as a team made in the hackathon. How What challenge did you face while making the project in hackathon, and how did you overcome that? So these are kind of the some classic behavioral questions which are asked in an HR interview. So what happened with me that like the previous day before the interview, I used ChatGPT myself to ask ChatGPT to tell me more questions according to HR style, so I can get also command on the answers which I need to give. Salesforce works on five principles, which are trust, customer success, and there are three more. And you should also be knowing those five values and principles which Salesforce tends to work on, because I was asked the same thing on my interview as well, and I did knew that, which helped me in my favor for the getting a making a good impression in front of the interviewer as well.
So I think we have covered everything. Do you have any final tips or recommendations for anyone who is thinking of applying?
I'll say just go forward and go apply to that if you are eligible. You'll have a great fun if you happen to reach the round three. And the final tips would be from my side is to be consistent, be patient, and just you have to be you should have the ability to show up every day. If you even if you leave doing DSA for a single day as well, you'll face a lot of problem the next day. But if you keep doing it regularly, you'll eventually come across out of it, and you'll happen to be like solving problems daily, and you'll eventually face everything, and you'll be able to cross that barrier. So I'll just say be consistent, be patient, and be disciplined. That works best in every case.
So thank you so much, Parth, for all your tips, and I'm pretty sure this video will be helpful not only this year, every year till the time this challenge is going to be conducted. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Misha.